This is a story that happened about 40 years ago in the first Lebanon War. Someone arranged from the north, a fellow called David Nachshon, he arranged these big sort of buses to go into Beirut, to the army bases. We didn't know it, but it was the last day of the war. We got there and we were putting tefillin on people until the sunset, and then the whole night we talked to the soldiers. In the daytime, early in the morning, I don't think we went to sleep. We went around, put tefillin on soldiers. I sort of separated from everybody else, and there was maybe 20, 30 of us, and I saw that between these two houses there was sort of this hill that went down, and there was a line of jeeps that were going out to some sort of a foray or something. And the soldiers, Israeli soldiers, they had big bulletproof vests and helmets, and there was a big sort of submachine, a heavy machine gun on the back. So I went down and I asked them if they wanted to put on tefillin. And the first person said yes, and the one sitting next to him, he said no. In the second Jeep, I went to the driver, I said, would you like to put on tefillin? And he started cursing me out and screaming at me and yelling at me, you know, you religious people. And so I didn't know how to get away from the person exactly. So the third person in line, the third Jeep, he said, Rebbe, come quick, I want to put on tefillin. So I said, okay, you know, and this fellow, meanwhile, he would have gotten out of his Jeep if it was permissible according to Army rules. He was really yelling at me and cursing my mother and my father and everything. So I told him, I'm sorry, I have to leave, you know, I would like to stay longer. And I went to the third fellow. As I was halfway to the third fellow, he yelled out, Rebbe, if I put on tefillin, will God protect me? He was afraid. Probably yesterday he had been working in his, butcher shop or something, and all of a sudden he was a soldier, he was on reserve. So I was almost up to him and I said, listen, my friend, whether you put on tefillin or not, God is going to protect you. Because you're doing what God wants. You're protecting the Jewish people. But I said, but if God protects you for free, why not do something for him for free and put on tefillin? So he said, okay, so he put on tefillin. I finished with him. The one in the second Jeep that I just left, the one that had been cursing me out, says, Rebbe, come back. So I said, listen, you cursed everybody in my family. You forgot a cousin or something. I think that's enough. He said, no, I want to put on tefillin. So I didn't ask any questions. I went, and sure enough, he rolled up his sleeve, or he took off his coat, I don't remember what, and he put on tefillin. So I had to help him a little bit. So after he took him off, I said, what happened? Why did you all of a sudden decide? He said, listen, to put on tefillin so God will protect me, to put on tefillin that I'm going to go to heaven, to put on tefillin that I'm going to get some sort of a reward, that it's going to be better for me, no way, I'm not going to do it. But to put on tefillin for no reason, that I'm willing to do. What do we see? That somehow or other the essence of the Jewish soul knows that doing the commandments is a good thing, and it's some sort of a good that's indescribable. It's some sort of a good that we can't even appreciate. And that's what the essence of every single Jew is at. And that's what the Lubavitcher Rebbe revealed when he said that every Jew really wants to put on tefillin. In fact, someone went up to the Rebbe once and said, how do you believe that really the Jewish people are all going to do the commandments? How can it possibly be? So the Rebbe said, that's exactly what Chabad is for. If a Jew just does one commandment, then he's totally connected to God for the rest of his life. A commandment is above understanding. So he never really has to do another commandment as far as the spirituality is concerned. But in fact, every Jew wants to do all the commandments, even though it won't benefit him. And that's the essence of what a Jew is. And this is exactly what Moshiach is going to wake up inside of every single Jew, just like Moses did to the Jewish people, just like Mordechai, a Yehudi, woke up all the Jews in the time of Purim. As Moshiach also will wake up this inner point of Judaism that Jews just want to do good because it's the truth. And that's why we need Moshiach now.
Moment of Wisdom, sub-brief and life-changing moments. Join us. Subscribe to Moment of Wisdom channels on YouTube, Telegram, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp.